What happens when the honeymoon phase ends and a budget SUV has to survive real life for 2 full years? That's where the real story begins. Welcome back to Supercar, the channel where we cut through the marketing hype and give you the honest truth about the cars people actually buy and live with every day. If you're new here, hit subscribe and turn on notifications because we drop real-world car reviews every week. Today we're taking a hard look at the Dacia Duster after 2 years of ownership. The good, the bad, the unexpected problems, and the reasons why so many people still keep buying it. No dealership talk, no PR filter. Just the brutal truth about one of the most talked about budget SUVs on the road today. 2 years ago, I made a decision that a lot of people thought was crazy. I walked past the Audis, the BMWs, the shiny turbocharged crossovers with their touchscreen, dashboards and massaging seats, and I bought a Dacia Duster. And for 2 years, I've been living with that decision every single day. So the question is, was it brilliant or was it the biggest mistake I ever made? The answer, as you're about to find out, is far more complicated and far more interesting than you might expect. Let's start with the thing nobody wants to admit about the car market right now. Cars have become outrageously expensive. The average price of a new SUV in Europe has shot well past the €40,000 mark. And yet here's the Dacia Duster, still sitting under €20,000 for a fully capable all-wheel drive crossover. When I first bought it, I thought, okay, something has to give. You can't have this much car for this little money without cutting corners somewhere dangerous. 2 years later, I can tell you exactly where they cut corners, and some of those places will surprise you. Here's the thing about the Duster's interior that reviewers always get wrong. Yes, it's simple. Yes, the plastics are hard. Yes, there's no ambient lighting, no panoramic roof, and the infotainment system won't blow your mind. But here's what 2 years of daily driving taught me. Simple doesn't mean bad. Every single button still works. Every single panel still feels tight. There's no rattling, no creaking, no mysterious squeaks that appeared at 15,000 miles. I've been in 3-year-old premium crossovers that sounded like a haunted house on a gravel road. The Duster, silent, solid, remarkably put together for what it costs. Now let's talk about the moment I genuinely fell in love with this car. It was a February morning. There had been heavy snowfall overnight. I looked out the window and saw my neighbor, owner of a very expensive, very sleek German SUV, stuck at the end of his own driveway. I got in the Duster, engaged the 4A4 lock mode, and drove straight out without a second thought. The Dacia Duster's all-wheel drive system is not a gimmick. It is a genuinely capable piece of engineering that handles mud, snow, loose gravel, and rough terrain with a confidence that cars costing twice as much simply cannot match. That morning, I drove past 3 stranded cars on my way to work. That feeling, priceless. But I have to be honest with you, because that's why you're here. The Duster is not perfect. Not even close. The ride quality on motorways at high speed can feel floaty, like the suspension is having a quiet conversation with itself that you weren't invited to. Overtaking maneuvers require planning. The engine, a turbocharged petrol unit in my case, gives you enough power for everyday driving, but ask it for sharp, aggressive acceleration and it will politely decline. And the fuel economy? Let's just say it's not the frugal little crossover the brochure wants you to believe it is, especially if you push it. Here's the reliability picture, and this is where it gets really interesting. In 2 years and just over 35,000 kilometers, the Duster has needed exactly one unscheduled repair. One, a sensor fault that was diagnosed, fixed, and out the door for under €100. Routine servicing has been remarkably affordable. We're talking a fraction of what you'd pay at a German brand dealer. Replacement parts are cheap and widely available. The Duster doesn't pretend to be a luxury car, and that honesty extends to how easy and affordable it is to keep on the road. In a world where car ownership costs are spiraling out of control, this matters more than most reviewers give it credit for. Let's talk about resale value, because this is something a lot of buyers overlook until it's too late. Dacia used to have a real problem here. Buy cheap, sell cheap. That was the old story. But something has shifted. Used Duster prices have held up remarkably well, driven by rising new car costs, pushing more buyers into the used market. Demand for affordable, capable, reliable SUVs is stronger than ever. If you bought a Duster 2 or 3 years ago and took care of it, you are sitting on a vehicle that has depreciated far less aggressively than many expected. That's a genuine surprise, and it deserves to be said clearly. So what's the verdict after 2 years? Here it is, no softening, no spin. The Dacia Duster is not the best SUV money can buy. It is the best SUV for what it costs. And in 2026, with the cost of living squeezing household budgets from every direction, that distinction matters enormously. It won't make you feel like a VIP. It won't win a luxury comparison test. But it will start every single morning, take you wherever you need to go, on road or off, and cost you almost nothing to keep running. For hundreds of thousands of buyers around the world, that's not a compromise. That is exactly what they need. And that's the brutal truth about the Dacia Duster. After 2 years of real ownership, it's not perfect. The cabin can feel basic, the engine won't excite performance fans, and motorway refinement still trails more expensive SUVs. But the Duster was never built to impress people outside luxury hotels. It was built to survive real life. And honestly, that's exactly what it does better than most rivals in its price range. If you expect luxury, speed, or premium status, this probably isn't your SUV. But if you want a tough, practical, genuinely affordable vehicle that handles daily life without draining your wallet, the Duster still makes an incredibly strong case for itself. Now I want to hear from you. Would you buy a Dacia Duster after hearing the full truth? Or would you spend more on something premium? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this brutally honest review, hit that like button and subscribe to Supercar for more real-world car content every week.